All right, hello Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 7th. Thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot. We're going to be doing a spread here to get an idea of your general energies going into this week, as well as any challenges that you'll be facing, and then also a little bit of advice, Scorpio, on how to overcome those challenges. We're going to pull one card here for your general energies going into this week. Scorpio, we have the Page of Wands card. It's a pretty good energy to start on. Definitely a Scorpio who is starting something new going into this week, especially with the Mercury retrograde ending. That kind of really messed up the start of everybody's 2020. It forced everybody to really pump the brakes. And that's been a big theme for everybody's readings last week and also this week as well. Everybody's finally starting to take those first steps on a new journey. They're starting to cross this river. They're one step at a time, but they're finally taking steps. Things have died down enough to where people can finally move forward on new projects, new relationships, new goals that they have. So definitely you carrying this new creative energy into something right now, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and clarify a little bit here. We have the 7 of Cups card here as your challenge card for this week. I think it's you just being confronted with a lot of new opportunities. I think that this came up for another reading as well. It might have been Taurus who had this come up. I think it was Taurus. So if you have Taurus in your placement, you might want to check out that reading as well. The 7 of Cups card here is just a bunch of new opportunities, and you're really not sure which opportunity to take here. The rabbit here is kind of investigating all these different pathways, all these new doors. And again, that's the start of the new year, right? We're really entering into 2022 now. We're really able to manifest things and to get started on this new year. And I think that you're just confronted. You just don't know what to do. It's so many new opportunities. It's hard to say where you should go. Here in your recent past, we had the 5 of Cups, and in your recent, or in your not your recent future, but in your coming future, over the next week or two, we have the 7 of Swords. But here with the 5 of Cups card in your recent past, it can be just this is kind of having a little bit of misfortune in your recent past. So something a little negative has happened to you, nothing catastrophic. Maybe somebody has left your life recently, a family member, or somebody who's kind of walked away from you, and you're just feeling a little bit remorseful and kind of a little bit upset about that situation. But I say with the 5 of Cups card, there's still 2 cups in that card that are upright, so I kind of focus a little bit more on what you have right now. You still have these great opportunities, and it could be maybe you have so many opportunities that you've kind of had to pass up other things, and you're kind of having second guesses right now. And that's been a theme for a lot of the readings this week as well. Everybody's kind of Aries had a super weird reading where everything was very muddled. They just weren't sure what to do, how to get started with this next week. So there's a lot of strange apprehensive energy as we kind of really start this new year. And here in your coming future, we have the 7 of Swords card here. So this is you just really being confronted with some sort of deception. There could be somebody in your life right now who's kind of deceiving you, getting one over on you. So I kind of be on the lookout for that right now. And that also came up for another reading as well. It's been an advice. There's some people around you right now who might be trying to deceive you and harm you in some way. Nothing catastrophic. This is just a weekly reading. So it's not they're going to destroy your family or destroy your life and your career or something. Just a little small thing. You just look out for those sales people really when you go to buy a car or something, and then they try to sell you on all these features that you don't need. Kind of be on the lookout for stuff like that this week, Scorpio. Because those people, they're also trying to get started with the year too, right? I think that there's just a lot of con artists right now who are also trying to start their year. And I think a lot of the signs right now are just they have the issue where they could really run into those people at this moment. Here we have the Knight of Swords card. We talked last week about you kind of rushing into a new opportunity. And maybe just I said last week that you should kind of pump the brakes on that and be a little bit hesitant and careful because you were just getting out of the Mercury retrograde. But I can see now, Scorpio, you decided to continue going forward on something, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But here in your area below, we have the 10 of Swords card. So you're just kind of worried that maybe you're rushing into the wrong choice right now. Maybe the challenge was that you were confronted with so many choices, Scorpio, in this last week and this week, that you rushed into something that you feel maybe that wasn't the right that wasn't the right door for me. I should have like chosen something else. But now it's like a little bit too late to go back, or you think that it's too late to go back, but maybe there still are some other doors for you. So if you got into the wrong job, like I know like somebody recently, like they went from working in retail like a couple weeks ago to becoming like almost like a pharmacist like last week, and then now they have like this new job opportunity that's opening up to them where they'll be able to make like a little bit more money than they were making for that last week, you know? So people are going through like this weird like shift right now. They're going through like a lot of different things, and I don't know what sign that person is, but I would not be surprised if they're a Scorpio. Let's see here what's going on in your area of advice. We have the Queen of Pentacles card, and then in your area of external factors, we have the Death card, which seems negative, but for a Scorpio, a lot of big Scorpio energy here. So I'm liking that actually as your external factors. Here in your area of advice, you have the Queen of Pentacles card. This is kind of like a reminder to you that you're going through so many shifts and changes right now that you kind of need to just remind yourself that there can be like a more stable foundation for you in the future. It's not coming up anytime soon in this reading here, Scorpio, but I mean, just kind of like, just be on the lookout for that. There's going to be an opportunity that does serve you. There's no like totally 100% closed door. Somebody might close the door on you, but like there's probably an opportunity for you to kind of reopen that door, or even to find like a new route for yourself, Scorpio. And here is your area of external factors. We have the Death card. So you're putting to death a lot of those opportunities that didn't seem like they were for you. But also the Death card too is just about getting started on something new. So if you're turning over a lot of careers right now, a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different relationships, you're trying to find what's going to really serve you, Scorpio. Man, I would not be surprised if that person that I was speaking of was a Scorpio, because it's like a little bit like their reading. Let's also see what's going on for any hopes and fears, and then your area of an outcome. In your area of hopes and fears, we have the High Priestess card. So this is you, I think, just kind of worried. I mean, the High Priestess for me, it's like there's so much mystery in this card. It's like really like a very mysterious card, almost like the moon as well. We don't really know what's behind the High Priestess card. In the original tarot, there's like these like curtains behind the High Priestess, and we don't have the opportunity to see what's beyond those curtains. Normally within like those major arcana tarot cards, you're able to see behind the throne, see behind the person. There's something going on there, but here you really can't see what's like in the background. So if you're dealing with like new career opportunities or new relationships, the hopes and fears that you have right now is that you're not going to be able to really see into that future. You're not going to be able to see the future where you have like this Queen of Pentacles kind of stability for yourself. And that can be scary, right? Here in your outcome, we have the Seven of Wands card. So you're definitely facing, a lot of challenges right now. And also a big connection here with the Seven of Cups card. I would just be worried, or I'd just be careful right now, Scorpio, about burning bridges. If you have all these different career opportunities and it seems like, oh, this one isn't for me, I'm going to choose something else, just be a little bit strategic in keeping those doors open, because if you kind of burn too many of those bridges, you're going to not only close opportunities off from yourself, but you're also going to potentially create enemies for yourself. So I'd just be kind of worried right now about kind of creating enemies for yourself, creating obstacles for yourself, because you have too much going on here. We have the Seven of Swords card here. So I see like the Seven of Cups to the Seven of Swords to the Seven of Wands. This is definitely you. This energy here, I'm really getting the sensation of like a journey from like closing off opportunities, not doing it too well, to the point where you kind of create, like a little bit of like a new enemy for yourself, and then you as the outcome having to face that enemy. But that's totally avoidable. Just kind of be like a little bit more tactical with how you're dealing with situations, Scorpio, and don't be so like resolute, and like don't be so like hard on people when you do like move away. Like if they've offered you like some sort of like new job or some sort of new project, or even like extended a hand for friendship, don't like cut them off like too hard. Like find a way to like cut them off like a little bit more softly. Scorpio, we're going to pull 3 cards here at the end of the reading to get an idea of or not an idea of anything. We're going to be asking 3 questions, but you're going to be asking those questions. So if you want to pause the video and think of 3 yes, no, or maybe questions, we're going to pull 3 cards for 3 answers for Scorpio. So Scorpio, let's go ahead and answer those questions. We have 1, 2, and 3. So in your first question, I have a bit of a maybe there. With your second question, I have a yes. And then with your last question, I have a yes as well. So Scorpio, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot. If this reading resonated with you, please check out your sun, moon, and rising, and then also subscribe down below, like this video. And next week, we're going to have 1 rabbit here running around, so hopefully they don't cause too much chaos, and hopefully it brings a little bit of levity to the readings as well. And Scorpio, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.